Hey guys, Drifter here. Like a lot of you, today was my first day playing Season 4 in Fortnite, and I've been landing at the Dusty Divot quite a lot. I've been killing people. I've got some good gameplay here in the beginning of the video of me really punishing kids with the scoped assault rifle, which I think is one of the most underrated weapons in the game. But believe it or not, I found a way to crack open the Meteor and see what's inside of it and actually go inside the Meteor space itself. More accurately, I should say, I was in a game with JHub streaming this morning and we were screwing around and he found a way to crack it open. But collectively, we got the footage, we did the thing. So today, I'm going to show you how to get inside the Meteor, inside of Dusty Divot, and exactly what's inside of it. But before I do that, I want to show you a few of the other really cool things and Easter eggs that's hidden on the new map. Just no clickbait, no BS. There will be a Meteor. I will go inside of it. I'll show you what it's doing. But there's so many other cool things on this map that I just wanted to show off because I'm actually really happy with the update. I think every time Fortnite proposes a new weapon, a new gun, a new mode, a new map change, or a Meteor thing, I inherently feel it's cartoony or it's going to be bad or it's going to hurt the game. And time and time and time again, I'm just wrong. And it seems to work pretty well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and load up on our first new place, which is Risky Reels. I'm sure a lot of you have already been here. It's a named place on the map. There's a divot. It's a drive-in theater that's been hit by Meteor, so not going to focus on it too much. Moisty Mire has been completely remade, which is pretty cool. It's a movie set now with trucks and trees and a lot of green screens and this really fun helicopter crash area, which I find to be particularly entertaining to fight in. The next fun spot is a gigantic dinosaur footprint that looks as if it has smashed a house. It's kind of far to the west of Greasy Grove. It's got a camera outside, so no, there's no dinosaurs coming to Fortnite. That's a fake joke thumbnail I made to make fun of clickbait YouTubers earlier, but I decided not to use it because it seemed disingenuous. It's just a film set, and like that film set, there's a lot of film sets on the map. If you land just a little bit to the northeast of Junk Junction, there is a new hangar, but unlike most hangars that are warehouses, this one is another film set. It looks kind of like a generic sitcom film set. It's really out of place in this map, even amongst the other film sets. I'm playing with Black Oni and Pocket Plays Games, and Faceless will join us later. The neat thing about this one is that it's from a very specific show, and as you'll see in a second, a Reddit user by the name of WebSauce97 recognized that this is the exact setup from that 70s show, like almost to a T. It's almost creepy and uncanny how familiar it is. It's neat, it's small, but one of my absolute favorite new places is a place that I've nicknamed the X-Men Mansion. It's kind of to the southeast of Wailing Woods or Lonely Lodge. It's even to the southeast of the Giant Cabin. No, I didn't stick the landing in the hangar. I tried to make it look all cool and land my big loud glider in there. That thing is so loud, it annoys the devil out of me. But if you do come in here, there's a small hangar which I assume is designed to launch aircraft out of, like the X-Men Mansion, and this is the hero hideout. This is where the heroes of this season of Villains and Heroes hide out. You can see their logo on the wall, and it's kind of an underground depot area, kind of showers, kind of very military, industrial feeling. And there's a lot of good loot in this one. This is a really high value place to land. Unfortunately, that means it's going to be a high-value place to land that everybody knows about. So if you land here, you need to expect a lot of people. I would also recommend landing on the roof and probably not in the basement like I did, because when people get on the roof, they get the better loot, and the better loot's generally in the house and not in the basement. And they get height advantage, which means fighting them is just all kinds of hurt. Now, I was able to down 2 while my teammates got picked. I hurt this guy a lot. I hit him with a grenade later, but I wasn't able to finish him off. He killed me. If you want to see the front of the house, it looks gorgeous. Again, a lot like the X-Men Mansion. This is the Epic Games Please Don't Sue Me, totally definitely not the X-Men Mansion version of everything that we've got going on. And you can see on the downstairs, it's really easy to get to. They're not hidden. Here's a different view of the same area we just went through. I really wanted to show off the hero logo in a second. And I also wanted to show off this giant thing in the middle, this scanning machine, this button, this energy suction device. You'll see a few of these around the map, and I have a feeling they're tied to a much bigger Easter egg, which I remind you was tied around the Meteor, which we managed to crack open in an unusual way. I think there's some cool stuff coming in the future, but yes, that's the hero's logo. Our next stop on today's journey is in Salty Springs, and for whatever reason, every single time I ever want to go to Salty Springs, I feel like everybody and their grandmother's whole knitting club just wants to show up and fight, and I just end up fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and I need to work on my fighting. I think it's a little bit subpar, so the house that I'm fighting to try and control right now has the Easter egg in the basement. Pocket Plays Games had to revive me here so that I can get ready to go back to fighting everybody on the face of the planet. But don't you worry, we're going to get back onto the Easter egg train. I just want to show off some good aim, some good headshots, and a handful of good plays that I managed to make here before I, of course, inevitably don't survive this fight too well. I had to go and hide. I had to go and run up here. I'm just going to take like a few pot shots on these people with my pitiful health, get another down, and then you will see in just a second my grand strategy of hiding in the house while Pocket Plays Games kills everybody, and I finish up bandaging. Now, from a different point of view, you can come back to the blue house here in Salty Springs with your big glider. You land, go in the front door, and you immediately go down the stairs to the basement. The basement is nothing special. It's kind of a plain Jane, boring basement, kind of a survival basement. Not a lot of loot here, but if you bust the boxes and start working your way down the steps, you'll notice that there is a much bigger and much deeper basement. Now, it's kind of a small command center. I would probably call this a civilian command center or an undercover one. Alien, how deep it is. It's just kind of strange. I'm not going to pay attention to it too much because it's not that cool, at least not compared to the Villains Lair. The Villains Lair is built into the side of a mountain, slightly to the east of Snobby Shores. Also, it may or may not have a nuclear missile on it, as you can see right there. It's a huge missile silo launch facility. It's very cool looking because you can land directly in it. I definitely like that part of it. You can see the Villains logos around everything. They have the purple, I guess you would call that a trident. It's kind of like a trident. They like to hang flags, and you can see more of my teammates landing in here. It's a really, really well-designed and fun place. Unfortunately, it just doesn't have very much in the way of loot. The heroes seem to have all the loot. The villains are kind of struggling for loot here. You can see their purple command theme. And here's another one of those devices that I don't know what you put in there. I don't know what's supposed to go in there, what's supposed to scan. But again, I think it ties into the Meteor Easter egg, which I will be showing near the end of this. Don't get your hype up too high. It's not solved or anything. And this is indestructible as well. You can't take that out. You can go down to the launch pad. But it surprised me what I found, especially in theater mode after we broke that meteor. We're going to do 2 small Easter eggs, and then we're going to do the meteor thing. The last one is the streamer room. You'll find it in a house, the big house, slightly to the west of Shifty Shafts. You can see that it has a green screen. You've got the Quake, the original Quake poster on the wall right there, and it's just a solo chair, a boom mic, a computer, little knickknacks, and a chest behind you. It is very, very clearly a nod to all the streamers that help make Fortnite such a popular place, and I'm sure that there'll be lots and lots of memes here. I can see that Pocket Plays Games is already dancing. She's begging for likes and subs, and please like this video and enter my V-Bucks giveaway, but at least it was a real giveaway. It wasn't a fake one, so Pocket's been pretty nice. She's been a good YouTuber, not much clickbait. We're going to give her a little treat. We're going to give her a little pot. I'm going to take this suppressed machine gun, and you know what? She's been pretty legit. Let's give her another tip right there. Be sure to tip your streamers. Next to last Easter egg is this very small and unusual container in the old containers. Now, this was here before, mind you, but you can see there's a ratty mattress, a sort of valiant hero conquering poster on the wall, a blood drip of all things, and canned food along with ammo crates. So it seems like somebody's been living here, a hero. This was there before, but it seems like a teaser. Now let's show exactly what happened on stream today when JHub decided that he had a strange idea that he wanted to try, and lo and behold, his idea is going to crack open the meteor for everybody to see, and then we'll take a look in theater mode.
So what happens if you throw a porta-fort right next to this? What happens? We'll find out.
Oh, dude. Dude, you killed it! You actually destroyed it, man.
200 IQ, bro.
412 IQ.
400 IQ, dude.
Can you run through the spot or? Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you kill the meteor in the center.
Here it is again in slow motion. Now the meteor normally is indestructible. You can't hit it with a pickaxe, you can't blow it up, you can't shoot it down. Nothing I did really did anything. Also, you'll note that in theater mode, the big meteor is gone. It's glitched out, and all we have is this little meteor, which I found very strange. When the porta-fort comes in, the big meteor comes back, and then it gets destroyed again really fast. And I know this seems anticlimactic and clickbaity and kind of boring, but I want you to take a second to think about it and think that they programmed in a big meteor, which is indestructible, and then there is a little meteor underneath that, which spawns and despawns when it's under stress for some unusual reason, probably a glitch. The space around it isn't part of the map, but it's just sort of a raised texture right there. Isn't part of the meteor, I should say. It is part of the map. It has its own effect layer, and it seems to be doing something. It seems to be primed for something. It seems to have, like, the meteor can grow or change in size. It's the central point of the map. They have all of those tiny little things, I guess what you would call them, module circular things inside of the hero and villain bases. And my guess, and this is an educated guess, and it truly is a guess, is that the meteor is going to grow and change throughout the season. It's going to do something new. More meteors are going to hit. Aliens are going to come. Something is going to happen. And those purple and blue devices in the hero and villain layers, the spherical, half-spherical things, are going to do something. You put the meteor in there. It grows over time. The meteor gets harvested. Something happens with it because you can already see the placeholders are ready to go and just ready to be updated as the season continues. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.